Okay, and welcome to part 3 of this 3-part trading mindset mastery training. So good that you guys have stuck around this far, so thank you for doing that. Now, just to recap, day 1, we went in there, we got you congruent with your why. We got you to reconnect to your why. Then we helped you set a year plan and some action steps to ensure that every single day you're working towards your dreams, working towards your goals, and you're going to accomplish amazing things in a year's time. Day 2, we went in there and we helped you create a rock solid trading plan that will allow you to scale to 7 figures, a trading plan that you can rely on, a trading plan that will allow you to have consistent results. Now, what we're up to now is, now that you have a trading plan, now that you have your goals set in place, it's all about executing on your trading plan consistently. The 2 things that are going to stop you from doing that are fear and greed. Now, I cover my complete mindset mastery masterclass. This is a synthesis of my last 6.5 years of studies, of trading myself, of working as a performance coach for prop firms and education companies. I put the whole thing together in my 12-week program. That's the most comprehensive training I have out on trading mindset and helping you overcome the psychological challenges, helping you get funded. So I encourage you, if you resonate with this, to check that out. That will be a mind blower. But what we're going to cover in today is, I'm going to give you an introduction to that. I'm going to share one of my key principles that if you implement right now, I'm going to guarantee better results. Okay? And if you consistently do it, you're going to have more consistent results. You're going to have more profitability as a trader. This is a really profound principle. And I'm going to share how you can get in touch with your, how you can manage your expectations and how you can be making better decisions as a trader. And as a result, having lower emotional volatilities, having more consistent profitability and consistent execution of your plan, your trading plan. So let's get into it. Now, this is a very profound principle. This is something that I created after observing some of the best traders out there and seeing a clear difference between what differentiates successful, consistent traders versus not so successful, inconsistent traders. Do not take what I'm about to say lightly. Don't just take it on board blindly. Do your own work. Go see it for yourself, prove it for yourself, but also don't take it lightly. It's very profound. Implement it and you'll see a difference in your trading. I promise that. Okay. There are 2 types of decisions you can make as a trader. The first one is an outcome-based decision. For example, Eurodollar looks like it's going to go to the upside. Okay, I'm taking Eurodollar long because I think it's going to go up to the upside. Right? I have a feeling it's going to go to the upside. I think it's going to go that way. I'm making a decision based on what I think in my mind, in my virtual market, in my head, the outcome's going to be. This is what inconsistent traders do. Consistent profitability, consistent profitable traders, from what I've observed through coaching clients making a significant amount of money, they're making process-based decisions. They don't care about the outcome. Win or loss, if this goes up, this goes down, I don't care. It aligns with my trading plan. I'm executing because it aligns with my trading plan. This, by the way, is why day 2 was so important, because to have consistent results and to have a great mindset, you also need to have a great system, a great trading plan that's laid out. So the best traders, they're not making outcome-based decisions. They're not making decisions based on what they think is going to happen. They're making a decision, a very binary decision. Does this align with my plan or not? They're making process-based decisions. Now, the mystery of the market. We really have to ground this idea that we know, or we should know, or we have to know what's going to happen next in the market. Nobody knows what's going to happen next in the market. Truth is, you don't need to know what's going to happen next in the market. The truth is, nobody knows what's going to happen next in the market on an individual trade. Whenever we're making an outcome-based decision based on what we think the market's going to do, or which direction we think the market's going to move, we do not have an edge. We're trading based on feeling, trading based on what we think is going to happen in our virtual market, in our head. Now, nobody knows what's going to happen next, so nobody can predict what's going to happen next. Therefore, what we think is relevant. Okay? The most we can do as traders is we can identify an edge based on previous data and backtest that data to prove that we have an edge, and then mirror that forward and consistently execute when the market aligns with our processes, with our edge that we've predefined. That's the most we can do as a trader. And we know we're going to approximate an edge based on historical data. Doesn't mean it guarantees an edge, doesn't mean it guarantees results, but that's the most we can do as a trader. Now, successful traders are doing that. They're executing based on their processes, based on their plan. The unsuccessful traders are executing based on what they think is going to happen next. The best traders have a clearly defined edge, their trading plan, which we created yesterday, and make process-based decisions. They make a decision when the trade or when the market aligns with their trading plan. Negative emotions. Our emotions are in large part based on our expectations. So for example, An unmet outcome-based expectation leads to anger, frustration, and resentment in the market. I think Eurodollar is going to go to the upside. I've associated a lot of pleasure in my mind to Eurodollar going to the upside. I'm putting risk on in the market because I think Eurodollar is going to go to the upside. I'm going to take a trade. Now, if Eurodollar doesn't go to the upside and our expectations go unmet, that's where the anger, that's where the frustration, that's where the resentment comes in. Okay? So it's when we take a stance in the market, do we only become a victim of circumstance of the market? If we don't have an expectation, if we don't have a stance on the outcome, then we're not going to get angry. So what I'm trying to communicate here is that we put our emotions in check and we don't experience these wild negative emotions when we don't have expectations on the outcome of a position. Balanced process-based expectations won't leave you angry. Let's for example, before a trade, say to ourselves, I don't care if Eurodollar goes to the upside or if it goes to the downside. What it does is completely irrelevant. Eurodollar is aligning in my trading plan now. I know how I have an edge. Maybe not on this individual trade, but if I did this 100, if I did this 1,000 times, I know I'm going to end up profitable. You place a trade. If that's truly your expectation before you get into that position, you won't be angry because you already accounted in your mind that it could go both directions, and I don't care what direction it goes in. I'm not thinking about this individual trade. I'm thinking about a 1,000 sample space. Okay, so what I'm trying to communicate here is we need to learn to ground our outcome-based expectations. I've got a tool for you guys to ensure you do this. And it's all about going back to your trading plan and executing on your plan. And in large part, this is a game of self-awareness. It's all about self-awareness. This whole game is about self-awareness. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool. I'm going to jump into that in a second to develop self-awareness of what type of decision you're making in that moment. I'm going to show you how you can train yourself to catch yourself when you're making outcome-based decisions so you can ground those, go back to your trading plan, and ensure that you're making, first and foremost, a decision that's in alignment with your trading plan. Because if you're not executing on an edge. If you're not, you can't expect consistent results. So this tool is going to help get you consistent results, because you're going to be sticking to your trading plan. And on top of that, it's going to help ground any outcome-based expectation so you're not left vulnerable to being emotional in the market. You're not left vulnerable to being angry or resentful or you're pissed off, right? When a trade doesn't go to the way you've expected, because you're grounding your expectations, you're going to be balanced, you're going to have process-based expectations. The more you practice this, the better you'll get. It's like a muscle. And what I encourage you to do is to use the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool for 2-3 months. Build up your self-awareness, learn to observe yourself of what decision you're making, learn to catch yourself when you're making outcome-based decisions, ground those outcome-based decisions and expectations, get back to your trading plan. And I promise you, if you train that muscle, this is what the best traders are doing. If you learn to train that muscle, you'll have more consistent results and you'll have much lowered emotional volatilities in the market, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump into the tool now, and I'm going to show you how you can start implementing this. You'll have a link to download the tool underneath this video, so make sure you click that and make a copy of that tool, and you have that, because we're going to jump into that right now. Okay, so I brought up the tool here. Now, what you'll pay attention to is you've got a before trade, you've got an after trade section here. It's really important. Let's say, for example, you're going to take a particular position. Maybe you're looking at Eurodollar long, right? That's what you want to be taking. The first column here is you're going to be asking yourself, what are you expecting is the outcome of this trade? What do you think the market's going to give you? You have to be honest with yourself here. Maybe you are thinking that Eurodollar is going to push to the upside, and maybe your expectation is this is the trade that will pass my funding challenge. This is the trade that will make me X amount of dollars. What are those quiet expectations at the back of your mind, okay? Because remember, nobody knows what's going to happen next in the market. If you have these types of expectations, you're setting yourself up to being emotional and vulnerable in the market. The next question to be asking yourself is, does this trade meet my criteria, my trading plan criteria? It's a simple question. It's either a yes or a no. And if you're saying, I'm not sure, chances are you haven't gone through day 2 of the part 2 of the training. You haven't gone and created a clear trading plan that's there to help you guide you in the market. So make sure you go back to that. Now, let's say, for example, the answer to this question is yes. This trade does align with my trading plan. Now, the truth is you should be taking this trade because it aligns with your trading plan. However, you still have unrealistic expectations in the outcome of the position. So what you want to do before you get into this position, you want to ground those expectations. You really want to ask yourself, does anybody have any idea of what's going to happen next to the market? The answer is no. Nobody can predict on this individual trade what's going to happen next. You may have a better opportunity to predict that over 100, over 1,000 trades, but on this individual trade, nobody knows. So before you get into that position, you want to ground any expectations you have of the outcome. And just question yourself, it's like, does anybody really know? Do I have control of what the market's going to do next? No, absolutely not. And you want to ground it, and you want to be going into the position with the expectation that I don't care which direction the position goes. I don't care if it goes up. I don't care if it goes down. I don't care if I win. I don't care if I lose on this individual trade. I'm taking this position because it aligns with my trading plan. That's it. Okay? Now, if you didn't ground that emotion, and let's say, for example, the trade goes in your favor, you're going to be extremely elated. All right? You're going to be extremely happy. You're going to be extremely proud of your decision to take that position because you're addicted to winning on that particular trade. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's good. The truth is it's not. Because as a trader, if we're proud, we're thinking we're better than the market, we're going to start thinking we're above the market, projecting low quality setups onto the market. It's very easy to see. Go to your biggest losing streak, what you'll probably find is that that happened just after the times you had your biggest wins and when you puffed yourself up and when you became complacent with your decision making. So you want to be honest with yourself here after the trade on your emotional response to that. And I wrote here either positive or negative emotions, 10 being depressed, really upset, 1 being poised. Or if it's a positive emotion, 10 being elated, 1 being poised. And there's different gradations to that. So what you want to do is you want to be honest with yourself. Now, if you had unrealistic expectations going into that position of the outcome, chances are your emotions are going to be higher. They're going to be on maybe the 7, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, maybe even the 10. But if you truly grounded your expectations before you got into that position, what you'll find is that those emotions are probably closer to a 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will just show you, I want you to use this over and over again, and you'll see that you'll be highly emotional if you had expectations in the outcome of a position. Either way, even if it plays out in your favor, you'll be highly positively emotional, which leads to problems later down the track, like I mentioned before. Okay, so what I'm trying to communicate with this tool is you want to ground your expectations of the outcome. You want to go into that position with the idea that I don't care what the outcome is. I truly just don't care what the outcome is. And I'm taking this position because it aligns with my trading plan. Now, there are other scenarios here where you maybe have unrealistic expectations in the outcome, but the trade doesn't align with your trading plan. So this is where you want to be really careful and make sure you're not getting into a position that isn't part of your plan because of the fantasies you're creating of what you could potentially have. Sometimes those fantasies are stronger than your rational mind, and you get pulled into taking a position that you know wasn't even part of your plan. So this tool is going to help you build that self-awareness of what type of decision you make. Ideally, you're getting into the position with yes, it aligns with my trading plan, and there are no expectations of the outcome on this particular one trade. I'm taking it because it aligns with my plan, and I know it will bring me profitability over 1,000 trades. That's ideally the mindset you're going into a particular position with. That's what I've seen the best traders do. And what you'll find is that if you do go in with that, your mindset after the position win or loss is very poised. It's very balanced, and it just allows you to go back to your plan again, execute again. And the last little thing here is I have a refinement section here. So this is an opportunity for you to put action steps in place, maybe create a mindset checklist before I take a trade. So this is an opportunity for you to make some refinements to your trading so you can improve based on the information you find from using this tool. Okay, so this particular tool is going to help guide you to build self-awareness before you take a trade and ensure you're making process-based decisions that align with your plan, and also help you see that there's a correlation between having unrealistic expectations in the outcome and how emotional you are as a trader as well. This tool will also help you build consistent profitability because it's going to guide you to only taking trades that align with your trading plan. Okay, so now some important tips. Be patient with yourself perfect practice makes perfect. The continual use of the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool is going to help you build self-awareness and consistency in your trading. You need to have a clear trading plan, so you need to review part 2. It's important to first and foremost have a clear mechanical step-by-step system. This will help immensely. Then integrate these principles into your trading plan. Make sure you make using the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool a ritual in your trading, and ensure you actually use it, because I promise you it will give you better results. Now, a bit of a recap. Here's a quick summary. Have a clear process-based trading plan. Differentiate between process-based and outcome-based decisions using the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool. Focus on executing on process-based decisions and using the tool to guide you to ensure that you're executing your trading plan. Consistent execution of your trading plan is what will lead to consistent results. The tool will help you do that. Now, this is just scratching the surface in terms of my Mindset Masterclass principles. I really go into depth on the subconscious mind, because now a lot of people have the awareness of the decision making, but they have a lot of unaddressed, subconsciously stored baggage of fear and greed of previous experiences, which ultimately lead them to making decisions they don't want to be making. So what I encourage you to do is go through this training, implement it, and if you resonate with it, check out the 12-week program. That's where I share my complete masterclass and give you all the tools, all the accountability, all the things you need to ensure that you're making the best possible decisions and you've addressed all the subconsciously stored baggage in your mind as a trader, and you're free from the baggage of the past, so you can just consistently execute on your plan now and build consistent results, and learn to manage fear and greed, etc., etc. So what I've done is I've put together a very special offer underneath this video, so make sure you check that out and get involved in the 12-week program. I guarantee you it will make a difference in your life. We've had hundreds of people go through that program. We've had millions of dollars funded, or funding for students who've been through that program. So they're getting funded, they're overcoming their psychological challenges. We have people who have addressed serious challenges in their life, which have been impacting their trading. We've had traders who've addressed serious challenges in their trading, which obviously helps with their trading. And people having their lives changed by implementing the principles, having their trading transformed by implementing the principles. So check it out. I guarantee you'll get value from it. But I want to thank you for being part of this 3-day training series with myself. I hope you got an immense amount of value from it. Again, you have time, an opportunity to message me in the Discord community with any questions, but I look forward to working more closely with you potentially in the 12-week program, and I'll see you all in my next video.